yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagons. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense. That good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagons. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808s, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stocks crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like
good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagons. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense. That good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagons. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense.
yeah, hey, look what I got. New whip with no top. Cooking up no stove top. Ice cold, no snowdrop. Big budget ass, big facts. Big money in the contract. Been running no contact. New record with the new tracks. Yeah, they been sending me new plaques. I don't really need new plaques. Nah, big rock with the suplex. Yeah, new rock got a new flex. Yeah, I'm current, I'm a new trend. Now boys with the full scent. Yeah, like I said, no new friends. We don't really need new friends.
Good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagons. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense. That good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagons. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense.
Man, it's too early in the morning for this shit. But let's get it. Yeah. Yeah. Ay, all of y'all talking, but I just went. Papa Swole, put nuts on they chin. Like Everson K2 get mountains of cash. Looked in the crowd, saw my name on the ass. You made them bands, now your money is spent. I stash away about 40%. Empire with honey like I'm Gary V. My bennies are blue, but the product is green. I'm dropping slappers to hell with an album. Might fuck around and go see Jimmy Fallon. I multiply while you bury your talents. Cause I'm like a hawk when I bury my talents. Guess what I'm saying? I pray on these niggas. There was a day when I'd pray for these niggas. Now I got nothing to say to these niggas. I pray that God does away with these niggas. I keep my friends close, but my enemies closer. My mental is gross, but my verses are kosher. These girls going wild, but I'm not a poacher, so I just keep shining like Elon, I'm solar. All of y'all talking, but I just went. Papa Swole, put nuts on they chin. Like Everson K2 get mountains of cash. Looked in the crowd, saw my name on the ass. You made them bands, now your money is spent. I stash away about 40%. Empire with honey like I'm Gary V. My bennies are blue, but the product is green. Gotta make this money, only game I know. I'm the only king, this ain't no Game of Thrones. Everybody wanna be a fucking king until it's time to do what a king does. Everywhere I look, it's just kids and drugs. Everywhere I look, it's just gangs and thugs. Can't tame the guns, can't save our loved ones. I grew my funds and I called the plug. Then I filled my lungs, I don't mess with that new shit. Y'all talking tough, but ain't none of y'all do shit. Y'all chasing money, you want the exposure. Y'all think y'all funny and snake Gucci loafers. I don't give disclaimers, I rap full disclosure. These niggas all think they were born in October. The only thing different between you and I is that I also have stacks on plus stacks when I'm older. Stacks when I'm older. Yeah, stacks when I'm older. The only thing different between you and I is that I also have millions in cash when I'm older. All of y'all talking, but I just went. Papa Swole, put nuts on they chin. Like Everson K2 get mountains of cash. Looked in the crowd, saw my name on the ass. You made them bands, now your money is spent. I stash away about 40%. Empire with honey like I'm Gary V. My bennies are blue, but the product is green.
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Go fuck yourself.
Go to the fucking gym.
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
Swole Normal.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. Testing. Testicles. Welcome everyone to episode 3084 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gangcast, mancast, pimpcast, sleevescast, and slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, bustas, hustlers, and yahoos? It's your boy Papa Swolio back with another episode. And today's episode, the Beastcast, is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Eversting K2, flexing on all you All right, fam. Let's get into today's episode. Hashtag GTTFG for a chance to win today's Swole card. And before we get started, make sure you hit the like button if you're watching rumble.com/thedailyswole. And of course, listen on your favorite podcast app and leave a 5-star review. If you like to listen on Spotify, you could also watch the episodes on Spotify and of course, Apple Podcasts. Leave a 5-star review if you enjoy the show. Take a moment and let's see if we can stack those reviews up there. It helps tremendously. And if you write a review, I would be honored to share it during the stream. So make sure you do so if you are able. Fam, let's get into today's episode. We have some new releases before we get into it. Yesterday was our Accountability Monday. We went over some awesome posts. And of course, we also have some new drops. So this is the last Halloween drop before the Halloween season ends, because there's only like 2 more weeks. So you can get your brand new Freddy Krueger design. This is absolute fire. We have buy one, get one 50% off until Wednesday. So there's one more day for the buy one, get one. You buy 2, get 2, buy 3, get 3, buy 5, get 5. If you want to get 17, you get 50% off. So go and check it out, papaswolio.com. Brand new Freddy Krueger. And of course, we also have the GTTFG Hope design for the election season. And we have another awesome design coming. Hopefully it's going to be done for this next week. We drop new releases, by the way, not just new yoga classes and training content, but we drop new merch every week. Can't wait for, hopefully it's the next one, because of course we drop new stuff every week. And we don't stop. We don't stop with the awesome design. So anyway, check it all out. papaswolio.com. Ends in about a day, that buy one, get one 50% off. So let's get into the tip, fam. Are you ready?
What's in the box?
Babe, just an inch. It's cold outside. All righty, let's get into that tip. First Swole fam post we got from another one.
What's in the box?
A double what's in the box. Let's see. Danny says, just finishing some morning Swolga. My body desperately needed it. I've been negotiating it far too long. Good for you. Thanks for the update, bro. Hashtag GTTFG and Swole fam for life. Make sure you get your Swolga in. Do your yoga. Do your Swolga. Do your mobility. Do your swollen sevens. Do it. Trust me, you need it. And Danny knows. Gina says, I saw this bodybuilder using this shoulder press machine in a prone position. Is the prone the right word? His chest was pressed against the bench instead of his back. Does using this press with your chest against the backrest work different shoulder muscles? No, I would recommend not doing it that way. Maybe it just feels better for him, but honestly, that shoulder machine, I don't really know how good it is. I'm not sure what brand it is. But you're totally fine. If you use the narrow handles, if you're just listening, it's a shoulder press machine and it has a frontal plane handle and also has a sagittal plane handle position. If you're using the narrow grip, it's going to hit a little bit more upper chest and a little bit more anterior deltoid, but it's going to get a little bit more of the pec. And if you're using the frontal plane, if you're grabbing with your palms facing forward, in that position, you're going to hit a little bit more middle deltoid. So I would just use the machine as it's designed. Doesn't mean you can't face the other direction, but there's really no need to do it. But maybe it just feels better for him, and, you know, everyone's a little bit different. But those machines are designed, machines are designed a certain way. They're designed to be used, for the most part, as they're designed to be used. But it doesn't mean that you can't adjust machines. So, for example, if you're doing a shoulder press machine, and let's say your gym has a good shoulder press machine, but then you don't have access to a good incline chest machine, you can adjust some shoulder machines, and some shoulder machines make better incline, clavicular pec chest press machines than actual incline chest press machines. So if you have a really good shoulder press, you can angle yourself backwards and kind of give yourself an incline chest press. So there's really no rule as to how to use a machine. So you can tweak and use pads and elevate. Some machines are better than others. They have a better strength curve. Their grips are better. They're more adjustable, and some suck. Some are great. So if you know what you're doing, you know kinesiology, and you know what you're trying to accomplish, then you can do those kinds of things. Some people just don't know what they're doing, but if he's a bodybuilder, obviously he's doing it for a reason, specifically for what he needs. But there's a lot of different options. So you don't have to do everything exactly as it is. Some machines are better if you elevate your hips a little bit more. Not every machine, just like every car, there are a lot of things that are designed. You think, well, they made it this way for a reason. It has to be done that way. A lot of machines are made with, I don't know. A lot of machines are made and you think, are these people retarded? Did they even test this? This is not even how the muscle contract, Can be a little bit weird sometimes if you know what you're talking about and you see these machines like, who made this? All right. Isaiah says, this is in response to the accountability text, right? What are you working on this week? What are your goals? Isaiah says, that's a good question, Papa. Considering my shoulder has been a problem these past couple of weeks, my goal for the end of the week is to finally get back to lifting status. My plan is focused on mobility and recovery for my shoulder. I'll still be regularly lifting for the rest of my body, and I'll be doing the shoulder awareness primer and level 1 every other day to start my day, and work each day with bands on certain motions to create some more strengthening to get over this tweak. I will ice before bed to ensure any inflammation is treated and aid my recovery. I'll up my yoga and stretching a bit more this week. Normally I do 2 sessions a week, but will aim for 3 to 4 yin sessions. Going to up my protein intake a bit as well to aid in any recovery to get through this point and get back to making some sick fucking gains. All right. Sydney says, sounds good. Sydney says, I like the detail too. I like the detail. This is literally what I'm going to be doing. And then you can adjust and progress. Sydney says, I'm going to challenge myself to buckle down and not let the possibilities paralyze me. I'm going to think about here and now, the meal I'm eating, the training I'm doing while I'm doing it, the sleep I'm getting, etc. I'm going to stay present and trust the process. I'm focusing on the process over the outcome. Good. The process will get you the outcome. And of course, you'd still need to plan into the future and plan ahead, but you want to make sure that you're doing the right things now. A lot of times, what procrastination or anxiety or worry is, you're internalizing something that hasn't happened yet. So you have to think about what you can do. What do you need to do? What can you do? Do those things, and then you're as prepared as you're going to be able to for that upcoming event. There's no point in worrying about something. It hasn't even happened yet. It's not even happening right now. What can you control? What can you do? And then do those things. That's all you can do. So don't bring something from the past or in the future. Don't bring that into the present. There's no need for that. It's just the story you're telling yourself and you're holding yourself back. Okay, let's get into Couple email responses. Go to makeemailswoleagain.com. Links down below. If you want to get the Knowledge Cock in your inbox, I highly recommend it. We will take, let's see. Oops, put that in the wrong spot. That's what she said. Oh, I got to move that too. All right, let's see. Perfect. All right, so let's get into a couple email responses. Makeemailswoleagain.com. And these are responding to the email A Long Weekend. V. Herm says, Papa Swolio, for 13 years, I've worked out for 6 days, only 1 day off, but I don't eat trash food and drinking only water. And today for me, it's waiting a push day. Okay, make sure you get those electrolytes in. And I'm just going to say that working out 6 days a week is not optimal for recovery. So keep that in mind. Lifting heavy and stuff 6 days a week, people just beat themselves into the ground and they're holding themselves back with progress in so many cases. So just keep that in mind. Might be time to reassess your program. A long weekend means, Brian says, happy Canadian Thanksgiving. Sticking to the 7 pillars is playing a huge function in quitting smoking. I smoked for nearly 25 years and quit 10 weeks ago today. I'm not fucking this one up. Aside from that terrible habit, many of those pillars are easy to follow in my 40s because there's uncomfortable consequences to not following them compared to my early 20s. What I consume and how I behave today determines how I feel tomorrow. If an alcohol-free evening that ends early is what it takes to be well rested and crush my morning workout, then hold my beer while I get some sleep. Absolutely essential. Sleep is important. The 7 pillars are important. And remember, going to sleep at the same time, setting a schedule, setting a habit, that's really where you find your freedom and that peace of mind. Let's get into some questions. If you have live questions, hashtag Ask Papa Swolio. We'll take the first question from Instagram. This one's from Adrian Kasser, 4263. What is the best way, Papa Swolio, to get a stronger defined chest without access to equipment? Push-ups, full range push-ups. And then progressing the number, putting some stuff on your back, doing one-arm push-ups. Still not going to have as much of the chest. Could be more triceps with that. But yeah, you can get rings, but that's equipment. Depends on what you mean by equipment. But really what you need is progressive overload. You want to get a stronger defined chest. You want to build muscle. So you need progressive overload. It's either more repetitions or heavier weight. And that's why weights are important, because you can progressively overload with the weights. Let's get into a call. If you want to call into the show, go to askpapaswolio.com and call into the show. First one today is from Nicole.
Hey, what's up, Papa Swolio? I've been having a really hard problem gaining weight because of my metabolism, and I was just questioning you if you know any remedies or tricks to gaining weight. My current weight is about 55 kilograms, and my goal is to get 65 by the end of the year. So I've been questioning you if you can help me out and tell me some tricks or tips, as to how can I gain more weight. Thank you in advance.
I appreciate the question. Eat more food. Make sure you're getting in a gram per pound of body weight. Eat more food. You're not eating enough. Maybe your training isn't, if you're not lifting heavy weights and you're not building muscle, you're not doing the proper progressive overload, then you're going to put on fat. So you don't want to gain weight, you want to gain muscle. Unless you want to get fat too. But if you're trying to put on weight, like just overall mass, and you don't care about the body fat, you have to eat more food. You're not eating enough. Fast metabolism, it doesn't matter. You're not eating enough. Are you eating 6-7 meals a day, trying to get in 3,500 calories? That's a lot of hard work, especially with nutrient-dense food. So it takes preparation, and you need to objectively be getting in enough protein, enough calories, and be lifting heavy weights and be progressively overloading. Okay, let's get into some more questions. Hashtag Ask Papa Swolio. Again, you can go to the website, askpapaswolio.com, and call into the show. Perez Oso, 2117. Are cold plunges or ice baths actually worth it? I think so. They're refreshing. I don't use it so much I don't do it the same way I used to. I do it once in a while. I keep it a lot warmer than I used to. I used to have it at, 39 degrees, and there would be tons of condensation. It would be really hard for the chiller to maintain that temperature. And there's a lot of negative side effects in the sense of hypertrophy. You don't really want to be cold plunging around when you're doing strength training, especially after. You definitely don't want to do it after. So if you're doing it, I do it when it's really hot. I go and I water the lawn. I'm sweating. I'm like, I'll jump in for a couple minutes. It's not going to set me back. It feels good. But I do it more for the mental benefit of just, it feels good, rather than trying to, because I did it that way for a while. I did it every morning, as cold as I could possibly make it. And I do it. I just didn't necessarily see a benefit in that sense. I didn't see a different benefit in the sense of doing it that way versus making it a little bit warmer, doing it casually when I want to, not necessarily every day. I just like it. I feel a lot of benefits. So I think you get a lot of mental benefits. It could be really good. It's essentially a meditation because your mind doesn't wander when you have such an overload of stimulus like that. It's similar to the sauna when it's really hot and you have to just focus on breathing and not dying. It's a similar thing. You're focusing so much on just breathing and getting through it. Your mind isn't wandering about, what I have to do later. When I'm in the sauna and it's over 200 degrees and I'm just looking at the timer thinking, oh my God, just make it to 20 minutes. My mind really isn't wandering about things. I try to get my mind to wander and take my mind off the discomfort kind of thing. So I think it's much more important for the mental benefits. But of course, this is the thing also, when we talk about, okay, it's really for mental, let's say it's not for physical. I think there's benefits for physical also, but mental is physical. So it's hard to really separate that. Well, it's good for psychological reasons and mental reasons, but physically doesn't matter. They're not separate. It's all the same. So when you feel better and you have that, every time I get out of the cold plunge, I just feel great. I just don't use it aggressively like I used to and try to make it as cold as possible. One, my chiller breaks a lot, so it's not really reliable. So probably not trying to force it as cold as possible and have it on max. It's like revving your engine nonstop. It's so hot down here, it's hard for it to maintain. I have a real powerful chiller for my cold plunge too. It's just hard for it to maintain as cold as possible just because it's 85, 90 degrees. So if you're going to do it, I would do it earlier in the day. I would separate as far as possible from your weight training. And it's definitely just don't lift heavy weights and ice afterwards. So I wouldn't do it at all after your training. If anything, do it before and do it as far separate from the previous workout and from your upcoming workout. But again, I like it for the mental benefits. If you're going to do something regularly, let's say you're looking, how many of you watching live, how many of you have saunas or cold plunges at home or do cold plunging at home? If you could only invest in one, because it depends on how you do it. They're much more affordable now. You can make your own. You can make your own cold plunge for like $1,000. You can just buy ice too, but of course you're going to be buying that over and over again. If you can only do one, cold plunge or sauna, I would recommend sauna. I think you'll get more benefits from that. Jesus Christ. Gabrielle Carpio. Papa Swole, did you ever have a gay experience? Holy fucking no. These questions on Instagram. Jesus Christ.
Because stickers? I don't believe you people.
No, Gabrielle, but thanks. I mean, I guess some people have. I don't think college. I was experimenting. It's not like chicks. Laura Brody Richard. Papa Swole, why are gym memberships so damn expensive? Budget-friendly fitness ideas, please. They're not expensive. Are you trying to go to Equinox? Then you're overpaying. I wouldn't call that expensive. I would just call that overpaying. And some people might say, well, you don't know how much. They're not. It's all relative. Planet Fitness is practically free. It's like $10 a month. So the thing is, not literally saying Laura, but a lot of people say gym memberships or healthy food is so expensive, yet they'll have Disney Plus and Netflix and Amazon Prime and all these other things that they spend money on that doesn't benefit their health. So I don't think gym memberships are necessarily so damn expensive. It depends on what you look at it as in terms of an investment. You're not spending money. So when you think, people don't say this. People don't say my 401k or my investment portfolio is so expensive. Do people say that? No. Why? Because it's a savings account, essentially, with appreciation. You don't look at like you're investing your savings account. So my savings account is so expensive. No, because you're investing. The same thing with a gym membership. You're not spending money. It's an investment. So you have to think about it differently. Budget-friendly fitness ideas, please. Go for a walk. Budget-friendly. Do yoga. You can lift things. You can lift heavy things. Go find a big rock and pick it up and put it back down. What's expensive? Again, what's expensive? Because for some people, Equinox is cheap relative to how much money they make. For most people, it's expensive. Like it's just way more. Planet Fitness might be expensive to some people. For a lot of other people, it's, you'd have to pay them to go to Planet Fitness. Everyone's different. So, and some of these gyms are better than others. There are some Planet Fitnesses that suck. Just the energy sucks. The people that go there suck. And there are some Planet Fitness gyms where there actually have people that train hard. Every gym is different. Every community is different. It's just different. Depends on where you are. Not every gym, even if it's a chain, is the same. So how much if you have a gym membership, how much are you paying now? How much are you paying nowadays? So for me, for example, if you add up a gym membership, let's say it's $50 a month, was that $600 a year? And then you take out over the years. So for example, like my gym and what I've bought with my equipment, yeah, it would have been cheaper to buy a gym membership. But the fact that I'll have this equipment forever, I have it here. I don't have to be around anyone. I have it. It's my own. It's priceless. So everyone's different. You could buy things on Facebook Marketplace. You can buy weights over time, and then you don't have to worry about a membership. Lex the Illusionist. Papa Solia, do you like magic shows? I've never thought about that question before, to be honest. Do I like magic shows? I think I'm neutral on magic. Like Harry Potter? Harry Potter. Do I like magic shows? I wouldn't go to one. I wouldn't go out of my way. If I was at some location and there was an impromptu magic show, I suppose I would indulge. But I wouldn't be like, oh, let's go to a magic show. That thought's never come up in my head. All right. Alan John, Papa Solia, do muscles have memory? No. Not in the sense that you think of your consciousness. Muscles have adaptations. So when you say muscle memory, that's not true. It's not true. It's not accurate because people get it twisted. It's like the personification or the humanization of animals in Disney. This has created a whole generation of vegans because we don't want to eat the animals because Timon and Pumbaa and the lion, and all these, they're not, animals don't have conversations like that. They don't have heroes' journeys. Okay. So that being said, the term memory makes us think of, it remembers this exercise. It doesn't remember it. You have certain neural adaptations that form and certain structures, and the muscles will have like certain structures with like the spindle length and all these different things when it comes to the physiology of what has occurred as an adaptation to a certain stress. So for example, if I stopped lifting for a month or two, I'm still going to be sore when I get back into it, but I'm not going to forget how to do it. I'm not going to forget, like psychologically, consciously, I'm not going to forget the proper form. I'm not going to be able to lift as much. I'm going to have to start lighter. I'm still going to be sore if I train, but also my perception of the soreness is different than someone who's never worked out in their entire life. And you guys know this too. If I get really sore, I'm like, oh my God, I feel really sore. I also know what it is. I've experienced it before. It's a stress and a feeling that I've grown used to over 20, 30 years. For someone that's never been muscularly sore from an exercise, they're like, oh my God, I have a problem. It hurts when I move my arm. Yeah, you just lifted weights. For people that lift regularly, so your perception of the severity of that, I might be like, ooh, I feel sore. And someone that's never worked out before, they feel that, oh my God, I have to go to the doctor. I'm so in so much pain. So there's that too. So muscles don't have memory in themselves. You have memory, and you also have neural and physical adaptations that can linger for a while, like the coordination. For example, how often some of you might ride a bike a lot, but once you learn how to ride a bike and you ride a bike when you're young, you can not ride a bike for 15, 20 years. And then if someone's like, oh, here, let's go for a bike ride, and you're on the bike, you might be a little bit wobbly for the first second. And then after a few moments, it comes right back because you have that coordination kind of, you just have to activate it a little bit. You remember how to do it, and you've done it before. It's just been a while. So that's why they call it getting back on the bike, getting back on the pony. It might be a little rusty at first, but you also know how to do it, and you have some of those dormant adaptations that will respond a little bit better. So not in the memory, the sense of the biceps is like, I remember this curl. You just have the physical adaptations for doing it, for exposing yourself. Now, if you've only done it a few times, if you train for 2 months and then you stop, your quote unquote memory isn't going to be, that approach isn't, you're not going to have the same type of adaptations as someone who's trained for 30 years. You're not going to have the same kind of adaptation when it comes, because it's not just the muscles, it's the tendons and the ligaments that take a lot longer to show adaptations. So, and those will stay longer. Muscles, the softer tissue like that, will atrophy quicker than ligaments and tendons and stuff. But you'll lose cardiovascular benefits or cardiovascular capacity faster, and you'll lose flexibility fast too. Like if you don't move and you don't practice yoga, coats of paint, right? That's why I like the micro mobility, doing more mobility more often rather than once a week a yoga class. Doing it more often every day, a little bit, will get you more benefits. Umar Raymond, Papa Swole, I listened to your recent episode on optimizing sleep. Other than limiting blue light exposure and deep breathing meditation before sleep, any other tips you can give to optimize sleep? I went over all of them. It wasn't just blue light exposure. I said cold, dark room. I said getting rid of I was talking about the electricity in the bedroom and Wi-Fi and reading before bed and red lights, blue light exposure, but all the other strategies. I talked about magnesium. I talked about not eating too close to bed. Did you listen to the whole episode? I went over all those things. Those were I gave all the tips. I talked about cooling pads. I talked about sauna. I talked about all those things. Dewey, what's your favorite cut of beef? Ribeye. Okay. Let's see. Kabir Najad, Papa Swole, what time of day is best to go to fucking gym? First, I'd like you to go to the fucking gym, and earlier in the day is better. First thing in the morning, first thing you do in the day, or at least earlier in the day. Kara Alexis 03, thoughts on women with high body counts? You mean whores?
Matt Damon.
Thoughts on whores? I don't know what you're asking me. Thoughts on women with high body counts? Feminism lied to you. And you've destroyed your connectivity with a partner, and you've just devalued yourself for a potential mate. So you're actually decreasing your value to high value men. In short, not smart. Okay, that was the last question from Instagram. But if you want to follow up, I'll give you a couple moments if you want to jump in. I don't mind going. We go Swolosophy mode. Papa Swolio, the relationship master. I'll give you some advice for the ladies. You know what I'm saying? Mark says when they brag about it, it makes them look bad. Keep that shit to yourself or just close your legs. Yeah, no one's inspired by a woman who, have you seen that in the news lately? That woman who's, I'm going to sleep with 300, a dude every day. It's just like a cesspool. It's like a sewer. You just have a bunch of guys just dumping load. Oh, it's just gross. It's gross. No one likes that. No one likes that. No one likes it. All right, let's get into some balls deep, fam. Hey-o.
That's deep.
All right, here we go. Let's get into some videos, fam. Again, hit the like button and subscribe, all that good stuff. Leave a 5-star review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Let's get into some racism first before we get anything else. I
don't believe you people.
What do you mean, you people?
All right, let's watch this. Let's see how racist the current vice president of the United States is. This is not a drill. This is not a joke. She actually posted this yesterday. So Kamala fucking Harris, the current vice president, I don't know fucking how. Talk about not closing your legs. Talking about whores. The current vice president of the United States and the Democrat front runner, their candidate, posted this. Quote, black men deserve a president who cares about making their lives better. Black men. So this is a picture. She shares this image and it says Harris Walsh policy. Kamala Harris will create an opportunity agenda for black men. Number 1, provide 1 million loans that are fully forgivable up to $20,000 for black entrepreneurs and others to start a business. Number 2, support education training and mentorship programs that lead to good paying jobs for black men, including pathways to become teachers. Number 3, protect cryptocurrency investments so black men who make them know their money is safe. What? Number 4, launch a national health initiative focused on the illnesses that disproportionately impact black men. What? Number 5, legalize recreational marijuana and create opportunities for black Americans to succeed in this new industry. Okay. So we're just open, the racial discrimination is just going to be out in the open completely. This is, does anyone not see how racist this is? Coming from the party that calls Donald Trump literally Hitler and he's a racist, he's a fascist. They don't know what these words mean, by the way. Otherwise, they wouldn't use them. They just know that they're losing and they hate this dude because he calls them out on their bullshit. This is the stupidest shit. Talk about belittling and insulting to black men. Hey, black men, did you know that Kamala Harris thinks you're so pathetic you can't be successful in this world without fucking handouts? How sick is that? How belittling is that? For black men. I'm so tired of seeing black-owned, getting emails from Amazon or from Instagram. Check out these black-owned businesses. What the that's the most racist shit I've seen on these apps. Not the most, but here, have you checked out these black-owned businesses? I don't care what fucking color they are. Is it a good price? Is it a good product? Give a shit. Oh, a black person? Look at their melanin concentration. Let me give them money. It's really creepy. It's really creepy. So yeah, I mean, talk about the party of racism and discrimination. Pretty fucking offensive. If I was black, if I had more melanin, I'd be insulted by this. Look at this. Protect cryptocurrency investments so black men who make them know their money is safe. What does that even mean? Protect cryptocurrency investments? What? Oh, hey, black dudes, your money is safe if you vote. Okay. Considering pretty much all cryptocurrency, except for Bitcoin, which is not crypto. It's Bitcoin and then all the other scam coins. It's just a shit show casino. It's all garbage. Wow. Wow. How racist can you be? Just posting this on her account. Yeah. All right. Where are we? Do we pick numbers? Do we pick numbers for the videos? Creeps. Super sick. Number 1, number 2, 3. We got 4. Let's see what's short. 1, 2, or 3. Pick 1, 2, or 3. I'll get it started. I'll go this one. Biden. This is called Biden home struck by lightning versus hurricanes. I don't even know what this is about. I haven't seen it.
But I know from experience how devastating it is to lose your home. Several years ago, my home was struck by lightning. It didn't all burn down, but we were out of the home for 7 months while it was being repaired. The thing I was most concerned about was not just the home, was all those things, all those pictures I saved that my daughter had drawn when she was little, all the family photographs, all the albums, all the things that really matter.
I don't really know what this is supposed to be. So what? Is this just because he was talking about himself? Or he's like, I know what it's like. My house was hit by lightning. I don't know. I mean, I don't think this is that bad. Considering other stuff that he said. I mean, aside from the rambling, like that's standard par for the course Biden. There's lightning in hurricanes. There's a lot of fucking crazy fucking lightning. Crazy lightning. Anyway, I don't know. That didn't seem that. I'm expecting him to fall over or like shit his pants, or I'm expecting so much worse that things that are bad and kind of cringe just to watch and listen. They don't even register anymore. They don't even register. I'm like, oh, that was actually relatively coherent for Biden standard. All right, let's get into a couple more. We got 1, 2, or 3. Loretta Bandit number 3 to the corner, not promoting obesity. Not promoting obesity.
Hey everyone, I keep seeing comments that I'm promoting fat as being healthy.
I can't wait to listen to the rest of this video when you say stupid things with your fucking voice. Comments about promoting fat being healthy. You know how I feel? All right, fam. You know how I feel about stupid shit. I don't like listening to stupid shit. I don't like the way stupid shit sounds. But with the accent, it makes the stupid shit sound 10 times worse. So I just have to put it out there every time. I'm not making fun of these people because of their accent. I'm making fun of their accent making the sounds of stupid shit. Okay? It's just worse. It sounds worse. It sounds stupider. I don't like that. Say something smart. Please.
So I just wanted to clarify what I'm actually trying to do here. So first of all, let's get one thing straight. My message isn't about saying being fat or being thin is healthy or unhealthy. It's about the fact that people of all sizes deserve respect.
Okay, so let me clarify what's actually happening here. This is a fucked up grift, and this is why it's so stupid. I'm not talking about whether fat or skinny is healthy or unhealthy. I'm talking about the fact that people of all sizes deserve respect. Because this is what everyone does. This is the language game. This is the Marxist. This is the victim Olympics. This is the reframing, because they can't make that argument. You can't make the argument that fat is healthy. It's objectively not. You can't make the like fat is beautiful. It's just not. It's just not. So it's not attractive. It's not healthy. It's not that's all true. It's just not good. So the argument has to be shifted to all sizes deserve respect. Oh, you have to protect people's feelings. And if you protect people's feelings, you can't present them with facts because, oh, their feelings might get hurt. So fuck all the way off. No, people of all sizes don't deserve respect. People that earn respect deserve respect. If they've earned your respect, remember the phrase respect has to be earned? And again, respect is different than kindness. Like by default, you could be a nice person and just be like, give someone a chance or, observe. Maybe you have your guard up a little bit, but like just walking down and someone says, hey, excuse me. Oh, fuck you, man, you motherfucker. You could still be a decent human being, but someone needs to earn your respect. You're not just going to get on your knees and bow to someone because they exist. That's insane. That's insane. So this moral argument is because they can't make the actual logical, rational argument.
And shouldn't be discriminated against.
They're not.
Think about it. We don't see the same level of public shaming and hatred towards other unhealthy lifestyles such as smoking or drinking.
You absolutely do. You see all sorts of opinions. You do see that. I'm not saying you should or shouldn't be able to smoke cigarettes, but it's pretty much banned everywhere. You used to be able to smoke on airplanes, everywhere, in restaurants. Remember? I grew up in New York City. I remember there used to be diners and you'd have a little sign. Past this area is the smoking section, as if you can't smell fucking smoke over the entire restaurant. It was like the COVID thing. Past this sign, wear a mask. It doesn't do anything. The air circulates, So yeah, there's discrimination against all that stuff. There are a lot of people that look down on other people because they drink alcohol and poison themselves and, club and debauchery culture. You're fine to have opinions. But the problem is when you're trying to control other people's speech and feelings based on your terrible habits. So this is something that's preventable. You just want your attention because there's no other value you can provide except for just indulging yourself and overeating and being lazy.
Even though those habits are unhealthy too. But when it comes to body size, suddenly people feel like it's okay to judge, mock, and shame people.
You don't wear alcohol on your body. You'll look fat if you generally, but not everyone, has the same exact habits. So no one's mocking and shaming you. The problem with being obese is that these people don't feel good about themselves. They have low self-esteem. So what they're doing is they're projecting their insecurities onto other people. You are all insecure. You all have to accept everyone because you are broken. It's a struggle session. I'm broken because I don't want to play your, make-believe games. So you don't like yourself, so you're projecting your own fear and insecurity onto me. And no, I don't share that. I don't buy into that precept.
Why? I'm speaking out against the discrimination. hatred fat people face.
There's no I'm pausing it over and over again because it's just so dumb. There's no discrimination against fat people. Hatred? How about disgust? Most people are fat. I mean, there should be shame, right? There should be shame. Make shaming great again.
Shame.
You should feel bad about your terrible
Shame.
lifestyle habits.
Shame.
How else will you course correct? If you're accepting of everything, this is why we're allowing so much mental illness into our society. Oh, you're beautiful just the way you are. Oh, you want to be non-binary and color your hair fucking magenta? Like, okay, we're accepting of that bullshit, which is why it's like an infection. It's an infection that doesn't stay in one spot. It spreads. Our fucking culture has sepsis. It's just everywhere.
That kind of negativity doesn't help anyone. Actually makes things worse.
No, it actually
contributes
corrects.
to eating disorders, mental health struggles.
You have your own issues. That's an individual issue. That's a personal problem. Okay? This is the problem with psychiatry and all this bullshit. Everyone's getting therapy. Everyone has a diagnosis, and then you suffer from that diagnosis forever because it's a subscription to these pharmaceutical companies and for these fucking industries where people just get paid for them to just foist a problem and foist a diagnosis onto you. All right. You suffer from this, then you need medication or therapy twice a week in order to deal with it. It's just a fucking money grab. People are different. That's a good thing. But if you're playing to your strengths, then you manage your uniqueness. Elon Musk is different. Okay. Socially, he's very awkward and whatever autistic or spectrum, whatever fucking bullshit you want to label it. Different. Fine. Cool. He's going to communicate and you communicate with him and do things differently in a different way. But when you play to your strengths, you can do amazing things.
And then a healthy relationship with food. Did you know body shaming and fat phobia are directly linked to eating disorders?
Let me correct that for you. Did you know that low self-esteem and bad choices lead to problems? It's not the shaming. It's not the fat phobia. It's the neuroses. It's the neurotic nature and the narcissism that usually feeds into this shit, into this own like personal shame cycle, because you know something's bad. It's self-flagellation, and it's a lot of people are messed up. I'm not saying people don't have major issues. I'm just saying overwhelmingly, we should be able to agree that a lot of this stuff is manufactured because people do not have any sort of personal responsibility and the ability to. Most people don't have any kind of habits. They don't have any kind of foundation. They don't have any kind of foundational purpose with what they do day to day. They have no reason for doing things, and they externalize all their validation and what they perceive other people to think or want or do, rather than that internal locus of control.
People are so afraid of being judged for their size, whether that's binge eating or extreme dieting.
So I love how someone who's binge eating or dieting or doing something just stupid, like that's just wrong. I love how that's my problem. I love how that's my fault because I eat healthy and I tell people to go to the fucking gym and be, it's, if you do the things I tell you to do, you're not going to be morbidly obese and sick and nearly dead. I love how that's my fault for your eating disorder. It's like, get fucked. Give me a break.
It isn't just about weight. It's about mental health, self-worth, and how we treat others. So
again, how we treat others, it starts with you. You can't control how other people treat you. I mean, you can't control how other people treat you. Treat yourself. When someone says something you don't like, you don't have to be like, oh my God, I'm terrible. Why don't you love yourself? You don't treat yourself right. You don't eat well. You don't take care of your body. You don't take care of your stuff. You don't take care of business. You don't. It's everyone else's responsibility.
No, I'm not here to promote fat is healthy or thin is better.
Oh, right.
I'm here to say that discriminating against people because of their size is not okay.
No one's discriminating against fat people, okay? This means when they're talking about this, discrimination, what, you don't have super triple XL movie theater seats? It's not discrimination. You can control that. It's not discrimination. They don't understand what they're saying. It's not discrimination, okay? When you go to an amusement park and it says you can't weigh 500 pounds to get on this ride or you must be this tall, that's not discrimination. That's just for the action. Like you can't be, you'll break the bearings or you'll slide out and kill yourself and maybe other people. It's called physics.
Everyone deserves to live without hatred. And
incorrect. No one deserves anything. Everyone deserves to live without hatred. These are vague terms that they can define and always move the goalposts. You don't deserve anything. You have to earn shit. No one deserves anything. No one deserves anything, right? Healthcare is a human right. It's not. It's fucking not. Food isn't even a human right. We're so lucky in our society, like food. You have the right to food. No, you don't. You have to go hunt it and go fucking get it. Our society is so amazing that you never even have to worry. You almost feel obligated to eat. For the entirety of human civilization, your next meal was always in question. You had to go fucking find it. It's so crazy. It's so crazy.
That's the message of this campaign.
Of course it is.
Let's shift the focus to kindness, understanding, and mental well-being.
Let's shift the focus from my fat ass to all of you and your thoughts. Let's shift the focus to someone else's responsibility to change their habits, because I'm going to keep on eating my Twinkies and complaining about it on the internet.
Thank you for listening, and if this resonates with you, please follow and like this video.
I wish I had 2 dicks so you could suck them both. Chuck on it.
No need to stop being a lady. Quit worrying. You'll be back on your knees in no time.
Embarrassing. Okay, let's do holy shit. Let's do, it doesn't matter. Let's see. Immigrants. Let's do the immigrant one last, because that'll probably make me freak out. This one's called Educator Resource Organization.
What's in the box?
Friend of mine is non-binary but doesn't use they them pronouns. Is that okay?
Of course. Non-binary doesn't mean one size fits all. It's just about how a person identifies themselves, and it's not all about pronouns.
Some non-binary people prefer he or she pronouns, or they or them, or something else entirely. It's all about personal preference and self-expression.
The beauty of non-binary identities is the freedom to express gender in a way that feels true to each individual without being confined by societal expectations.
Follow Little Justice Leaders to foster diversity and inclusion with the kids in your life.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
I'm funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you?
Yo, non-binary is not a thing. Some people are non-binary, use he, she. You mean you're a male or a female? There's no such thing. I think that's the most offensive. Non-binary to me is more offensive than the concept of trans. Trans is just saying I have a mental disorder. I wish I was the other thing. I'm not. It's not really a thing. I mean, trans is a short phrase that classifies someone as having a mental disorder, right? Gender dysphoria. But the non-binary, in my opinion, is more absurd. So you want me to play upon the premise that you're neither. It's like, fuck you, dude. Whatever the fuck you want to be called, fuck you. And the pronoun thing is always about what you call them when they're not here. So these are the weird people from high school that always, they didn't have any friends. They were really fucking weird and emo and shit. And they're like, what are you talking? Are you talking about me? Are you saying something? What are you saying about me? Call me this when I'm not around. It's offensive if you don't. No one uses he or she, Oh, she. No, I'm talking to you. So the pronouns you want me to use are when you're not around. Well, fuck you. I'm going to say whatever I want about you when you're not around. That's how it works. Non-binary is just insane. Yeah, you're neither. It's like, okay. Fucking idiot. It's stupid. I'm not doing that. And I'm not doing it. It's retarded. It's retarded. Oh, Papa Swole, that's mean. Oh, is it? Is it mean, or is it just so logical? Look at this double inception, Papa Swole. Is it so logical? You're just offending the laws of nature. It's like telling me that the acceleration of gravity is not negative 9.8 meters per second. Get the fuck out of here. You know it is. I've seen it. Every time I take my pants off, my cock drops at negative 9.8 meters per second squared. Boom. That flop.
Because
of course, well, only in a vacuum. Only in a vacuum that flop would be. So just in a vacuum. Okay, I have to set the premise. It's in a vacuum. But who cock flops in a vacuum? All right. I don't want to get too much in. I'm getting in the weeds here. This is called immigrants versus veterans. Immigrants versus veterans.
Illegal immigrants are not getting more than veterans. That's just not a thing that's happening. Homeless single moms is a cultural issue that does need to be addressed, but it's been going on for longer than just the last few years.
What is happening?
I don't know why you think it's new. Men competing in women's sports, not a thing that's even happening.
All right, so okay, it is. So everything was a lie. What you just said. Let's continue. What is happening? Men aren't competing in women's sports. Well, we know that's just we know it is happening many times, prominently.
You in women's restroom, why are you going in to women's restrooms? No men won Woman of the Year, men and women, and then you just kind of trail off.
No men won Woman of the Year. Caitlyn Jenner did. Okay, whatever. I'm not.
Matt Damon.
Okay, so, whatever. Can't handle that. All right, I'm done with that. All right, let's do a throwback. We'll do a throwback. Cleanse the palate.
Let's talk about correlation, causation, fat, and health.
No.
And I want to talk about these because we know correlation is not the same as causation.
Okay.
Things that happen at the same time are not the same thing as things that cause each other.
Just because correlation is not causation doesn't mean that being fat and unhealthy aren't part of the same paradigm. This
is what's going on with fat and poor health.
It's not.
They frequently occur together.
Why do you think that is? If fat people often wear white shoes, that doesn't mean that if you wear white shoes that you're fat. It just means that people that are fat probably have bad taste, because why would you wear white shoes? They're going to get dirty.
They frequently occur together, not always, but frequently.
You're making shit up.
Because a lot of the things that cause poor health also cause fat.
Man, I am so impressed at how many stupid things have already been said in 32 seconds.
Matt Damon. Matt Damon.
Oh my God. How come the audio sounded like one of those? How come the audio sounded like one of those corporate training videos from 1988? Okay. Wow. Shit. All right, let's give away today's Swole card. Fam, hashtag GTTFG. Drop that in the comentarios. Giving away a Swole card, fan. Did you know that? We're giving away a Swole card today. Hashtag GTTFG. We got a winner. Today's winner is Marshall Mathers. I'm just kidding. Adam Mathers. All right. Get it? Slim Shady. All right. Long lost brother Adam. Adam Mathers, 90. Adam Mathers, 90. Congratulations on winning today's Swole card. Send us an email to support@swolenumbers.com. Swole card 3084. In the subject, your mailing address in the body of the email. Okay, fam. Remember, go check out the latest merch drops over at papaswolio.com. Fam, I think this is one of the best designs ever. The jack-o'-lantern, absolute fire. We also have the other new drops that dropped. Allow myself to introduce myself. We have the GTTFG Hope design. If you know yourself some communism and you hate it, get this awesome fucking rendition. Joy forward. Check it out. papaswolio.com. Buy one, get one. 50% off, motherfucker. And of course, we have the Shreddy Krueger. Wow. That's just a fucking sick design. All right. That ends tomorrow night, Wednesday. papaswolio.com. Buy one, get one. 50% off. Or buy 25. Buy 25, get 25% off. And someone said before, buy 100, get 150% off, and a reach around from yours truly. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah.
You know the thing about a shark, he's got lifeless eyes, black eyes, like a doll's eye.
And of course, join us over at swolenormousx.com, and we'll see you tomorrow for 3085. Peace, McGee's, deuce, magoose, your boy, Papa Swolio. Out.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808s, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock's crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like...
Then yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in the fanny pack, couple hundred in the Louis bag.
That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you laid. That's a bed that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint. We go hard in the paint. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Yeah, whoa, my shit is relevant. On topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons on closets and making new deposits. I'm in my element.